Good morning and thanks for joining me. I had a layover day yesterday, so I didn't do any filming at all. I did do some editing and sorting out one or two other things which I may discuss with you a bit later. It's early in the morning, some rain was threatened, the forecast seems to keep changing, so I'm not really sure whether we're going to get rain or not now, but I'm making an early start today, so glad to have you aboard. As you can probably tell, it's quite an overcast morning. I think we might get some sun later on. First boat past of the day. That boat that's just passed very kindly waited for a little while I came past the moored boats. There's been some repairs to this bridge over the years. That looks interesting ahead. Seems to be some form of obstruction. Well, it was just a fallen tree, so nothing really exciting. Not that we'd want to see anything exciting, because that's bad news. That was a winding point we just passed. Quite an ornate one with the bridge across it. It's my turn now to wait for a boat that's coming past other moored boats. Morning. Is that swing bridge left open?
No, it's not. I've just closed it.
Ah, which side do you open it from?
That side. No, it's no problem.
Can you moor up on that side?
Yeah, well, it's in a sort of channel, so you can just go into it and just sit there.
Okay.
No problem.
Right, thank you. Taking it nice and easy. There's a boat waiting for me to come on down. The swing bridge wasn't that bad after all. Quite a long straight ahead. I've just updated the weather app, and it does suggest there might be some rain about 2 o'clock onwards, about 50% chance. Could be quite heavy, I think, looking at the little symbol. Nice little private mooring there. I can feel a little bit of rain in the air, so once I'm past these moored boats, I'm going to crank it a little bit, see if I can find somewhere to stop.
Need to be careful parking there, that is very close to the edge.
Well, I've just come to the end of the private moorings. They were quite extensive. At one point I thought they were coming to an end. Again, there's nowhere suitable to moor along here. This sort of edging is hopeless. Up ahead is the M6 motorway running over that bridge. I think I'm right in saying that I've only passed 3 boats today. I might be wrong, but that isn't many. That was a really impressive bridge. Seeing it only leads to a farm, it actually looked as though it was an aqueduct. I'm looking at the Nicholson's guide, and I'm none the wiser really. It is a bridge on a very narrow track leading to a farm. I say, anyone for Guelph? I wonder where this has escaped from. Not sure what he's doing. Seemed to be a little bit of uncertainty there as to what was going on. He should have been able to see that I had stopped for him, but he seemed a bit hesitant. I was expecting this to be a bridge. I'm just mooring up because there are some mooring rings along here. Well, I've just moored up. I'm at Ansty Village, Bridge 14. I think it's a very small village, looking at the map. I didn't have any breakfast this morning. I've been cruising for 2.5 hours. So I'm now going to have a cup of tea and something to eat. Whether that's late breakfast or early lunch, I can't say. I'm just going to get something inside me. Well, I've been moored up for nearly 2 hours, which is quite surprising. I did speak to another boater moored just down from me, Mick. He was telling me about his boat. He bought it as a sail away and fitted it out himself. He's done a wonderful job inside. He showed me around. It's always good to see other boats, it gives you some ideas. Anyway, a couple of boats have just come past me. I asked the second boat if anyone was behind and he said not. So I'm going to be making way now. So I'm just setting off again. Boat coming down towards me. Hello. That is the M69 motorway ahead. I'm on my way to Hawkesbury Junction, where the Oxford Canal meets the Coventry. I've got about an hour or so's cruising to do, and then I'll be mooring up for the day. It's a very muggy sort of day. It's about 20 degrees. Very overcast, sort of miserable, but nevertheless, it's always pleasant on the canals. I'm just waiting for this boat to come through the bridge. Hello. Difficult to see there, who was closer? Awkward, isn't it? That arm belongs to the Coventry Cruising Club. seems to be a junction point for pylons.
I see why now. It's a National Grid transformer station.
Well, I'm nearly at Hawkesbury Junction. My plan is to go through the stop lock. The change in water level is only a few inches. I'm then going to bear right onto the Coventry Canal and moor up, ready for tomorrow when I join the Ashby. Just coming into view is the old pumping station. Well, I've now moored up at Hawkesbury Junction. I was a little bit worried about whether there would be sufficient space, but there are quite a few spaces here at the moment. I finished much earlier than I have been doing. It's about 3:30 now, or getting towards that time. So I've done what I wanted to do today. This is all according to my plan for mooring. Hawkesbury Junction is also known as Sutton's Stop, after a lockkeeper from the 1800s, I think it was. It's a fairly well-known position on the canals. It's where the Coventry Canal meets the Oxford Canal, and there is this short stop lock. I think there was a thought that maybe the stop lock was a bit of a mistake and the levels are only a few inches different, but the idea of a stop lock is between different canal companies. It makes boats stop and pay their freight tolls, because they have to pass through the lock from one canal to the other. So it doesn't matter which way you're going to get caught. So it's all a very clever idea. In the background you can see the pumping station, which used to pump water up from springs, I think even from coal mines I've heard, into the canal. That's long since disused, but it's nice that the building remains. I'm now going to relax, have a cup of tea. I would say put my feet up, but I don't think that's quite the case. I have got things to sort out as always, and I do like to start with some editing. It's very helpful, I think, whilst you've got the day's filming in mind, to set to and make a start on your project. Because if you look at it weeks later, you would have lost the flow of what you've seen today and the order in which you want to do things. So I like to make a start on the editing. So I'm going to say bye for the moment, catch up with you later. Well, the sun has just come out, which is most welcome. I'm now on the Coventry Canal. I don't think I mentioned that before, and I'm just 2.5 miles away from the junction with the Ashby Canal, which I hope to go on to tomorrow. I say hope to because I've just looked at the weather app, and unfortunately, I don't know if you can see this, but heavy rain is expected in the morning right up until 11 or 12 o'clock, and then there's rain predicted throughout much of the day. If that happens, then I'm not going to want to be moving on, and I'll stay moored where I am. But it is turning now into a lovely evening. It's the first time we've seen the sun today, and let's hope it stays for a little while. It brightens our day up. First sip of the day, always the nicest, I feel. Well, you would have seen it's very wet outside. It's been raining continually since I woke up this morning. The weather forecast is not good. Thunderstorms are predicted. The rain is going to be in for much of the day. Certainly this morning it's going to be heavy, and then it's going to continue raining during the afternoon. So I think today is going to be a layover day. One boat did pass me very early this morning while I was still in bed. 3 others I've passed since that I'm aware of. I was surprised when I looked out and found that the boat that was moored behind me had gone. So they did that very quietly. I am on a 7-day mooring, so I've no need to worry about anything. Not that I want to be here for 7 days. There's plenty to do always, so I'm not too bothered about it. I'm not rushed or anything, so I'm just going to plod on, going to have some breakfast and then set to. Well, there has been quite a lot of movement on the canal today. I'm quite surprised. My boat keeps getting rocked. But it's not nice out there, and I'm certainly glad that I've chosen not to cruise. Good morning, and thanks for joining me. I'll be getting underway very shortly. It's a very overcast day. I think it's going to be like that for much of the time. It's just gone 10 o'clock in the morning. There's been quite a few boats passed already, mainly in the last 15 minutes or so. I'm about 2.5 miles from the Ashby Canal, which is my destination, as you know. So won't be long before I'm there. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm just getting underway. Been here for 2 days, 2 nights that is. I laid over yesterday because the weather was so bad. So it's good to be going again. It is a little bit blustery, just not very pleasant really. Overcast, grey, it's not what we like to have. But the next few days should be very promising. Sun is forecast, record temperatures in Europe. Let's see what happens. There is a cruiser boat coming up behind me quite fast. Probably come into view shortly. Just coming past the winding point. That just shows the difference in speed between a narrowboat and one of the cruisers. I've just put my coat on because there is a bit of a chill. Both sides of the canal are grown up here with hedgerow and trees and so forth, so there's not really much to see. Morning. Private mooring there. Quite pleasant through here. Was that the first boat I passed today? I really can't remember. That was nice. I got a wave from the moored boat I've just passed, thanking me, I think, for going slowly. It's always difficult to gauge the effect you're having on someone else's boat. I know you have to slow down, but you never really know what's happening inside, do you? There's a couple of boats coming down towards me. There was only one boat actually. The other boat I saw was moored up. Just had an illusion that there were 2 boats coming. But I'm not too far now from Marston Junction. That's where the Ashby Canal branches off the Coventry Canal. It's quite a sharp turn from what I've seen. So I'm looking forward to that. Always like a bit of a challenge. A lovely weeping willow ahead of us. I'm good at finding these on the canals. Morris Minor perched at the top there. Well, it's not long now to the junction. I'm just going through Marston Bridge, and then the turn is immediately on the right. It's a bit sharp, I think. The canal is widening out for the winding point. It's difficult with this turn to see whether anything is coming off the Ashby.
Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.